Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Let's do the exercises now. And as we can see over here, we have the kalima, it says tamarinu. And next to tamarinu, we have mafa'ilu. And that means that both of these words, they do not have tanween. And that means they are diptote. And why they are diptote? Because they are on the pattern of mafa'ilu. Exercise number 1, it says iqra waktub, read and write. This is command, or as we say in Arabic, fi'l al-amr. And fi'l al-amr is always sakin. The ending is always sakin. So that's why it says iqra waktub. Now we see that this is practice of adjective phrase that we have learned. And today we have to practice with the nouns that are definite, that are ma'rifah. For example, at-tabibu al-jadidu fil mustashfa, at-tabibu al-qadimu fil mustawsafi. The new doctor is in the hospital and the old doctor is in the clinic. Now, if you see over here in the beginning, the Sheikh has placed over here Dhamma over here and Dhamma over here, just to tell us that this is marfu and this is mawsuf wa sifa. And we know that al-mustashfa ends with alif maqsura. That's why we can't see that it is, and it has kasra. We can't see the kasra because alif maqsura does not accept kasra. What tabibu, and now the Sheikh is expecting from us to put the harakat over here. That means to put dhamma over here. So at-tabibu al-jadidu fil mustashfa. The new doctor is in the hospital. Wat-tabibu al-qadimu fil mustawsafi. And the old doctor is in the clinic. Now, similarly, we have sentence number 2. So what should be the ending of al-qalam and al-maksur? What should be the ending of these two nouns? The mawsuf and sifa, the noun and adjective. It will be al-qalamu al-maksuru al-maktabi. Excellent. The u ending will be, and the reason why we have u ending, because this is mubtada'un, subject, and al-maktabi is predicate, it is khabarun. Al-qalam al-maksuru al-maktabi, the broken pen is on the desk. Then we have al-mirwahatu. Now we have dhamma over here already, and now we can see that al-mirwahatu is feminine. And that's why the adjective that follows it is also feminine. So it will be al-mirwahatu al-jadidatu fil ghurfati al-kabirati. So the new fan is in the old room, in the big room. So fil ghurfati al-kabirati, in the big room. So al-mirwahatu al-jadidatu is mawsuf wa sifa, and that will be subject, and fil ghurfati al-kabirati will be predicate, which it will be khabarun. And we know that after fi, the noun has to be majroor. That means it will take kasra. So if the mawsuf takes kasra, the sifa has to also take kasra. If the noun has kasra, then the adjective will also take kasra. As we know that mawsuf and sifa are equal in 4 properties of the noun. Can you please quickly tell me the 4 properties of the noun? Who remembers? Yes, I want you to write the, 4 dimensions of the noun, 4D analysis of the noun. Who remembers? Oh, C, G, and S. Excellent. Capacity, gender, number, and status. Perfect. And then we have sentence number 4. Perfect. Excellent. Yeah. Sentence number 4. Al-lughatul arabiyatu sahlatun. The Arabic language is easier. So al-lughatu is marfu and al-arabiyatu will be marfu. And similarly, sahlatun will also be marfu, because we know that the subject and the predicate, both of them are marfu. Here it has to take dhamma because it is in the place of subject, or it is mubtada'un, and this is khabarun. And we know that mubtada is generally definite noun and khabarun is generally indefinite noun, right? So we have to remember these things, and I'm sure that you are used to it now. Then we have sentence number 5, al-waladu at-tawilu. And after that we have alladhi. What do you remember about alladhi? Tell me, please. Alladhi is what? It is a relative pronoun. What do we call this? Relative pronoun, yani ismul mawsul. And why do we use it? We use it to connect 2 clauses, we can say, or we use it to connect 2 sentences. Yes, it means who if we use it for the person, and if we use it for a thing, then it means which. Similarly, number one. Number two, we use it for masculine, and we use it for singular, right? Singular, masculine. For example, al-walad is singular masculine, al-waladu at-tawilu, and that's why after that we have to use alladhi. And after alladhi, we have to have a complete sentence. Either it can be a verbal sentence, that means it starts with a verb. In this case, we have a verbal sentence, or it can be a nominal sentence, which starts with a noun. And also we can have jar majroor after that prepositional phrase. الذي خرج من الفصل الآن من الفصل الآن طالب. And why do we have here طالب? من الكويت, he is a student from Kuwait. So why طالب has dhammatan? Why is it marfu? Does anyone have any idea? طالب, it has dhamma or dhammatan. It has dhamma or dhammatan because kharaja is the verb and talibun is the doer, because we know that every verb in Arabic language has a doer, or I would say in every language, every verb has a doer. The verb cannot happen by itself. So kharaja is basically the doer of the action, and we know the doer of the action is always marfu'. Min al-fasl al-ana, as we know that jar majroor, generally when we do the analysis of the sentence, we generally say that jar majroor is about the verb, muta'allaq ala al-fail. So this is about the verb, so we don't really need to bother about it. Whenever you see a verb, our job is to look for the doer. Our job is to look for the fa'il, or we say doer, okay? And we know that fa'il is always marfu, so that's why we will say that kharaja talibun min al-fasli al-ana. That will be the regular construction. But here we have kharaja min al-fasli al-ana. This is for the purpose of emphasis. Talibun min al-Kuwaiti, he is a student from Kuwait. Ana fil, yes, what will be the ending of madrasa? Ana fil madrasati al-thanawiyati. I am in the secondary school. So ana will be subject, and fil madrasati al-thanawiyati will be the predicate. Okay, now I have a question over here. Al-madrasati al-thanawiyati, what kind of phrase is this? What kind of phrase is this? This is adjective phrase, right? Mawsuf wa sifa. Why do we say it's an adjective phrase? Because it is equal in 4 properties of the noun. Man'ut wa na'at. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, we can also call it man'ut and na'at, and we can also call it mawsuf wa sifa. Dhahaba, okay, dhahaba, and what will be the ending of rajul? I've just explained over here. So based on this example, what should be the ending of rajul? It should be dhamma. Excellent. Ar-rajulu. Yeah, because we have al with that. So dhahaba ar-rajulu. When we say dhahaba, it means he went. But when we say dhahaba ar-rajulu, then it means the man. Ar-rajulu al-faqiru, the poor man went. Ila al-waziri, to the minister. So the poor man went to the minister. Okay, now if we have a verbal sentence, then what do we have to look for? Because in nominal sentence, we have to look for the subject and the predicate, and you know that in the subject and predicate we put a line. In verbal sentence, what do we have to look for? Excellent. We have a verb, and after the verb we have to look for the doer. Excellent. So the doer has to be always marfu. So ذهب الرجل الفقير, and we know that الرجل الفقير is منعوت ونعت موصوف صفة إلى الوزير, to the manager or to the minister. In fact, minister, yeah. Now, this is a past tense. Please remember that this is a past tense, and past tense will have the beginning and the ending will always have fatha. The middle can change here, but the beginning, the first letter and the last letter will always take fatha. Jalasa at-talibu al-jadidu. So because at-talib is the doer and the al-jadidu is the sifa, so we will say jalasa at-talibu al-jadidu khalfa. Please give me the ending of Hamid quickly. What will be the ending of Hamid? It will be Hamidin. Hamidin, la Hamidin. Why Hamidin? Because khalfa is used as mudaf. Khalfa is used as mudaf, and we have learned that 4 adverbs we have learned so far. We have learned tahta, amama, khalfa, and inda. And we know that these four adverbs, they are used as mudaf, and that's why the noun that follows it will be mudaf ilayh, and it will always be majroor. Excellent. So the new student sat behind Hamid. Okay. السكين الكبير حاد جدا. السكين الكبير, the new knife. السكين الكبير, the new knife. حاد جدا is very, very sharp, or it is very sharp. Okay. So حاد is marfu because it is the big knife is very sharp. Thank you. The big knife is very sharp. So now we see haddun is khabar, and as-sakinu al-kabiru is the subject. What is jiddan? Any idea about jiddan? Jiddan is what? It is dharf. It is adverb. How do we know it's an adverb? Because adverb is always mansoob. It is always mansoob. Excellent. Yeah. So we can see that this is adverb. However, this one generally comes in the end of the sentence, and it is not used as mudaf. It is used by itself. Only we have learned tahta, amama, khalfa, and inda. They are used as mudaf. We know 4 so far. Man hadha al-waladu al-qasiru? Who is this short boy? Al-waladu al-qasiru, short boy. Huwa ibnul mudarrisi al-jadidi. Huwa ibnul mudarrisi al-jadidi. He is the son of the new teacher. So al-mudarris al-jadid, huwa will be subject, ibn al-mudarrisi al-jadidi. Okay, how many phrases do we have now? Do we have only one phrase over here, or do we have more than one? Ibn al-mudarris will be mudaf ilayh, right? Ibn al-mudarris will be mudaf ilayh, and al-mudarris al-jadid will be mawsuf wa sifa. Yeah, so now we can see that we have 2 incomplete phrases, or 2 incomplete constructions, and that's why we know that the incomplete construction or phrase can be subject and it can be predicate. And when we use them as subject and predicate, please remember this, that when we use them as subject and predicate, we cannot separate them. When we use them other than the subject and the predicate, there is a possibility that they can be separated. But when the phrases, 4 phrases that we have learned so far, prepositional phrase, and similarly possessive phrase, and similarly we have learned adjective phrase and demonstrative phrase. So these 4 phrases, when they are used as subject and predicate, we cannot separate them. They always come together. Okay, question number 2. Now it says imla. Why do I say imla? Why the ending is sakin? Yes, any idea? Why is it sakin? Because it is a command. It is fi'l al-amr, and we know that the ending of fi'l al-amr is always sakin. Excellent. Imla fil faraghi, fill in the blanks, fi ma yali, that follow, bin na'ati, with the adjective, alladhi bayna qawsayni, that is between 2 brackets. That is between 2 brackets. بعد تحليته بال عند اللزوم. Now we say inda is over here, and what will be the ending of luzum? The ending of luzum will be majroor, because we say inda is used as special mudaf, and this is mudaf ilayh. Now tahliyah, tahliyatahu, as we can see over here, and it will be ba'da tahliyatihi, in fact. So tahliyah is to decorate something. Basically, halla yahullu is to make someone wear the jewelry. So bitahliyatihi bi-al, that means by decorating it with al. Subhanallah, this is the beauty of the Arabic language, that when we use al with a noun, we say that it becomes definite noun from indefinite noun. So we are saying that we have to add al. But in Arabic, we say ba'da tahliyatihi, yani after decorating it with al. So if needed, in the luzumi, yani if it is necessary, so if needed, we have to use al with the noun that is in the brackets, and if it's not needed, then there is no need to use al with the noun that is in the brackets. For example, ayn al mudarrisu, okay, jadid, do we need to add al with that or not? Yes, we have to. Why? Because we have al mudarris. So if the noun has al with that, or if it is definite, then the man'ut, as we say, or we have to say sifa, has to be also with al as well. So both of them will take al. أين المدرس الجديد? Where is the new teacher? التاجر. What about التاجر كبير? Do we need to use al with that or not? التاجر الكبير. Very good. التاجر الكبير في السوق. The new merchant is in the market. Yeah, because we know that if the first noun or if the noun takes al, then the adjective also has to take al. The sifa has to take al as well. Okay. أنا طالب. Okay, what about qadim? Do I need to add al with that? Okay, no need for that because talib doesn't have al. That's why qadim will not take al. So it will be ana talibun qadimun. I am an old student. Jalasa talibu jadid. So do we need to use al with that or not? Jalasa at-talibu al-jadidu. Excellent. The new student sat. Khalfa. What will be the ending of Muhammad? Please tell me quickly. Khalfa Muhammad. Then khalfa Muhammadin, because khalfa is used as mudaf. Excellent. Behind Muhammad. Excellent. Okay. Manil waladu. Man. And we know that the ending of man is sakin, but when we connect it with al, we will put kasra. Manil waladu. Okay, after that we have tawilu. So shall we say manil waladu tawilu? Will that be okay? No, we have to say, excellent, we have to say manil waladu at-tawilu. Who is the tall boy? Alladhi kharaj al-ana. Who went out or who just went out. Minal fasli, from the classroom. Minal fasli, from the classroom. Okay, this is man. This is what? Man. And this is min. Min, okay? So when we connect man, we connect with kasra. But when we connect min, we connect with fatha. When we connect with al, I mean. So this is a little bit confusing sometimes. So please be careful. We know that both of them are, the ending is sakin for both of them. Man and min, the ending is sakin. However, min is an exception. What kind of exception is this? Whenever we connect min with al, we have to connect with fatha. Minal fasli, minallahi, minal waladi. But when the rest of the nouns, when we connect with al, we have to connect with kasra. Okay. Ammarun waladun qasir. So what should I say? Al-qasiru or qasirun? Ammarun waladun qasirun. Excellent. Ammar is a short boy. Okay. Faisalun tabibun. Tabibun. Okay, what should I use after that? Shahirun. Ash-shahiru, famous? Or shahirun? Shahirun. Excellent. Faisalun tabibun shahirun. Faisal is a famous doctor, and let's not forget to put the line over there. So why do we put the line? We put the line to differentiate between the subject and the predicate, mubtadaun and khabarun. Okay. Liman hadha. Okay. So what will be the ending of sarir? The ending of sarir will be as-sariru. Okay. And what do we use? Al-maksur or maksur? Al-maksuru. Excellent. Liman hadha as-sariru al-maksuru. Who does this broken bed belong to? Hadha qalam. And we have after that maksur. So we should say hadha qalamun al-maksuru, right? Or should we say hadha qalamun maksurun? No. Okay. So we will say hadha qalamun maksurun. Okay. Why do we say qalamun maksurun? Sorry. Why do we not say qalamun al-maksuru? What's the problem? If I say qalamun al-maksuru, what's wrong with that? Okay, because qalamun is indefinite. That's why maksurun has to be indefinite, because mawsuf and sifa must be equal in 4 properties of the noun. Okay. Aina sakinu. Okay, we are talking about the knife now, and the knife is very sharp or sharp. So we will say as-sakinu al-haddu. Al-haddu, where is the sharp knife? And then we have liman hadhihi as-sayyaratu. Okay, the car. Jamilatun. So what should we say? Liman hadhihi as-sayyaratu al-jamilatu. Yes. Who does this beautiful car belong to? Okay, now it says اقرأ. Now we have to read. And what do we have to focus on? Do you remember what do we have to focus on in this exercise, students? We have to focus on the use of alladhi. Why do we have to focus on this? Because it's a new pronoun that we have been introduced to in this lesson, and it is used to connect two clauses or two parts of the sentences, and it will be used for singular masculine. الطالب, we say الطالب الذي خرج. So about alladhi, we know that it is ism al-mawsul, and it's a relative pronoun. And the reason why I put it over here so that we can remember it and we don't forget about it. So الطالب الذي, the student who خرج من الفصل الآن, who went out of the classroom from now. Min Indonesia is from Indonesia. And we can see that here we have alif in the end, and that's why we cannot put kasra over here. It's not possible to put kasra because alif and alif maqsura, they do not accept kasra. So the same idea we have over here. Al-kitabul ladhi alal maktabi lil mudarrisi. The book that is on the desk belongs to the teacher. And again, we see that al-kitabu itself is just a singular noun. And now if we say al-kitabu alladhi, doesn't make any sense. So after that, we have to have another part of the sentence. And after that, you know, what do we have after that? Either we have a verbal sentence or a nominal sentence. And this is a verbal sentence, nominal sentence, or we can simply say this is jar majroor, because both of them are jar majroor. Alal maktabi is jar majroor, and lil mudarrisi is also jar majroor. So al kitabul ladhi alal maktabi lil mudarrisi, the book which is on the desk belongs to the teacher. Now when we talk about the book, we will translate it as which, because it's a thing, or that, right? And when we talk about the person, we have to use who, as we know that for the person, it will be translated as who, because a talib is a student, he is a person, so we say who, and the book is a thing, that's why we will say which. Liman hadha al-qalamu al-jamilu, who does this beautiful pen belong to? Alladhi ala al-maktabi, that is on the desk. So alladhi refers to what? It refers to the pen. Pen is masculine or feminine? Pen is masculine. That's why ism al-mawsul that we have to use has to be masculine as well. Al-baytul kabiru alladhi fi dhalika ash-shari'i lil waziri. Fi dhalika al-shari'i lil waziri. Al-baytul kabiru, the big house, alladhi, which, fi dhalika ash-shari'i, is on that street. Lil Waziri belongs to the minister. So the big house that is in that street belongs to the minister. Okay, dhalika, what will be the ending of dhalika? Yes, please tell me quickly. Dhalika, what will be the ending? I'm already telling you as well, it will be fatha, okay? But we know that after fi, the noun takes kasra. So why do we not put kasra over here? Because it's mabniyun. Excellent. So it's a fixed noun. Okay, so what will be the i'rab of dhalika? Will it be marfu, mansub, or majroor? It is majroor. Okay, but we say this is majroor bil fatha, or we can say this is mabniyun. Sorry, so we say it's mahallan majroor. Mahallan majroor means that it is in the place of majroor, but we cannot change it because it is a fixed noun. It is mabniyun. The word that I used is mahallan majroor. Mahallan yani in the place. Mahal is used for the place, so it is mahallan majrooran yani it is in the place of harfi jar. It is in the place of jar, but we cannot see the ending of it. But what about ashari? Ashari will take kasra, because we know because of fi, so it will take kasra. Fi dhalik ashari lil waziri, belongs to the minister. السرير الذي في غرفة خالد مكسور. Why? Look at the ending. السرير الذي في غرفتي. Why do I say في غرفتي? And after that I say خالد. Why do I say that? And here I say مكسور. Now please tell me about the endings. Now the endings are changing. Here I have في غرفة خالد, and here I have مكسور. What happened over here? Okay, excellent. So asariru will be the subject and maksurun will be the predicate, right? And this all construction, we will say that this construction belongs to alladhi. This construction belongs to alladhi. So we say as-sariru maksurun, the bed is broken. The bed is broken. And this part of the sentence, alladhi fi ghurfati khalidin, belongs to alladhi. As of now, this is the only thing that you need to know, that this part of the sentence, fi ghurfati khalidin, it belongs to alladhi. And the rest, inshallah, in details, we will see like what is it called, and the rest of the analysis we will do later. As of now, we will say that fi ghurfati khalidin belongs to alladhi. We know that ghurfa is mudaf and khalidin is mudaf ilay, and ghurfa is majroor because of fi ghurfati, and khalidin is majroor because it is mudaf ilay. So why maksuran is marfu? Why does it have dammatan? Yes, please tell me quickly. Maksurun, why? Because it is predicate. Where is the subject? As-sariru is the subject. Excellent. So as-sariru is mubtadaun and maksuran is khabarun. And then we have alladhi, and then alladhi has its own sentence, and the whole sentence belongs to alladhi. Excellent. Okay, now this is what we have in the end, and in the end the Shaykh is telling us that baytun is man'utun wa jadidun is na'tun. So we have learned that baytun is mawsufun and jadidun is sifatun. So as I explained earlier, that it has two names. Either we can call it man'utun wa na'tun, or we can call it mawsufun wa sifatun. The Sheikh has used the word ban'utun wa na'tun, whereas the most commonly words that we have in everyday like lessons, we have mawsufun wa sifatun, and we know that baytun is noun and jadidun is adjective, and we call this adjective phrase. The reason why we call it adjective phrase, because it is a combination of adjective and noun. And in Arabic, it will be noun and adjective. As we know that in Arabic, noun comes first and then we have the adjective. As usual, inshallah, we will look at some of the examples from the Quran over here. So, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. So we have here, wa inna rabbaka lahuwal azizur rahim. So now we can see over here, al-azizu and ar-rahimu. These two are adjectives. Okay, these two are adjectives. Adjectives for what? For Rabb. You know, we know that the adjective for, they are used for Rabb, and Al-Azizu Ar-Rahimu. So these are the two sifas that have been used in the Quran for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Indeed, your Lord is the Almighty, the most merciful. If you remember, I told you that when we have subject and predicate, we cannot separate, like Mawsuf and Sifa. But if it's not a subject and predicate, then it's possible to break Mawsuf and Sifa. So Lahua is in between, and Rabb is Marfu, and then we have the Sifa. Basically, it's a little bit complex construction over here, but the only thing that we need to focus on over here is Al-Azizu Ar-Rahimu, and these are the two adjectives that have been used for Rabb. Then we have Dhalika Huwal Fawzu Al-Azimu. Now we can see that Al-Fawzu Al-Azimu, supreme triumph. So we can see over here, Al-Fawz is basically victory or triumph, and Al-Azim is supreme. So now we can see that this is Mawsuf and Sifa. Now we will say Dhalika is basically subject, and this Huwa is a different kind of Huwa. It's not like what we have learned. It's called Dhamir al-Fasl. Inshallah, we will learn about it later. So we will say that so it's, as of now, if we analyze it, it will be slightly difficult to analyze. So that's why we just leave it like this. Then we have Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, As-Sirata al-Mustaqima, as we can see over here. As-Sirata al-Mustaqima. So now it is Mansub. So As-Sirata is Mansub, and Al-Mustaqima is also Mansub. Guide us to the straight path. As of now, we know that as-sirat al-mustaqima is mawsuf and sifa, uh, but we don't know why it is mansub. But inshallah, when we learn the verb, then we will come to know like why it has become mansub. And in Nabil Azimi, about the great news. Okay, now An-Nabai Al-Azimi, why are they majroor? You know this is the reason why they are majroor, because they are after an, and an is a preposition, jar and majroor. What is the difference between naba'un and khabarun? Every day we talk about mubtadaun wa khabarun. So what's the difference between naba'un and khabarun? Khabarun is a common news, it's a general news, but naba'un is a great news. It is something significant, great news, excellent. Yeah. So that's why in the Quran, the word naba'un is used, which is basically something great, something significant. And in everyday life, we use the word khabarun, and the plural is akhbarun, that means news. وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينِ. So here it is majroor, masuf, and sifa, they are majroor, and here they are majroor. Does anyone know the reason like why here al-balad and al-amin they are majroor? Just to test your knowledge. We haven't learned about it, but do you have any knowledge about it? Like why? Because we know that after hadha, the noun has to be marfu. It should be hadha al-baladu al-aminu. But here we have hadha al-balad al-amini. It is because of wow. This is wow al-qasmiya. This is wow of oath. And by, as we can see, it's wow of oath, like wal asri, similarly wal shamsi wal qamari. So in the Quran, whenever you see that when the surah of the Quran or the verse of the Quran starts with wow, and after that the noun is majroor, that means this is wow of oath. Wow of what? Oath. And after taking the oath, after the wow of oath, we will see that the noun is always majroor. وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينِ. So al-baladi al-amini mawsuf wa sifa. Ya ayyatuha an-nafsul mutma'innah. An-nafsu al-mutma'innatu. Okay, why do we have mutma'inna? Why is it feminine? We know that mawsuf and sifa are equal in gender and similarly capacity and number and status. So why do we have al-mutma'innatu? Because in Arabic, nafs is feminine. Yeah, we have learned, I have taught you before that a nafs is feminine in Arabic. So that's why if nafs is feminine and it's a noun, then the adjective also has to be feminine. And how do we know al-mutma'inna is feminine? Because it has ta marbuta. So this is where it becomes slightly confusing, I would say. So here we need to be careful that whenever you see that two nouns, the ending is the same and then the beginning is the same, but if you are not able to figure out, then you should go and see the reason that an-nafsu is feminine and al-mutma'innatu is also feminine. Ya ayyatuha an-nafsul mutma'inna. It will be said to the believer, oh, the tranquil soul. So we can see here an-nafsu is soul and al-mutma'inna is satisfied and tranquil. And nas'alullah an yaj'alana minha or minhunna. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those among an-nafsul mutma'inna, and it will be said to us that enter Jannah and be satisfied with your Lord. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.